and just watch the comments. All right, and we are live. Good evening, Chloe.
Good evening.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. I love my toast cup.
Yeah, that's a really cute cup. And Merry Christmas to those of you who have joined us. We saw we already had a very fun comment. Did you want to read that one?
Oh yes. Oh, there we are. Kurt the Gamer 934 said, "My brother made up a parody of Jingle Bells as a child." Is that how you say it?
Yes, parody. Parody means like you take the original piece of art and then you do something that's like having fun with it.
And it goes, "Dashing through the heat in a melted lava car."
Nice.
Sounds amazing.
Was there any more? So, dashing through the heat in a melted lava car.
It needs to finish with something. Let us know if your brother has finished it.
I am curious. Like, I want to know more.
Like, will the person, like, melt in the car?
Okay, so having grown up in Los Angeles, I do know what it's like to dash through the heat in a melted lava car because so when I was a kid, my parents had a Datsun. Tell me if you remember Datsuns.
What is a Datsun?
It's a kind of car that they don't make anymore. And it had Naugahyde seats. And okay, you will only understand this if you're like an 80s kid, maybe a 90s kid. But remember when seatbelts used to get really, really, really hot? These days
still get hot.
No.
Yes, they do.
Not like when I was a kid.
They do.
No, they still get hot, but like they used to get crazy hot. They've clearly done something to the metal now to make them like less horrific. But when I was a kid, there was nothing worse than like being in LA in August and sitting in a Datsun with Naugahyde seats and the kind of metal seatbelts that just absolutely burn your skin.
But I am glad I did not exist.
Oh no, the 80s were great.
Yeah, but
it was super fun.
Seatbelt thingies.
Yeah, but oh no, trust me, things are much worse today. Well, it's Christmas, so I won't get into it. But no, the 80s were great. All right, so hello and welcome to our special about Christmas carols sung wrong. So one thing that I've always been really interested in is like kid culture. And this is an area that gets really overlooked when you think of like scholarly research that goes into literature and folklore. Not a lot of attention actually gets paid to things like playground chants or the things that children make up. So tonight what I wanted to do was go over Christmas carol lyrics that people sung wrong, either on purpose or on accident due to a misunderstanding. And I wanted to start with a couple of your comments that you had sent in. I got two really good ones off of Instagram. The first one came from BC Byron. And if you don't follow BC Byron, you should. His account is b.c.byron, and he writes hilarious poetry. He kind of reminds me a little bit of Shel Silverstein. So if you enjoyed A Light in the Attic or Where the Sidewalk Ends when you were a kid, you will definitely enjoy the work of BC Byron. It has that same kind of wacky, fun, playful sense of humor. And he said that he taught his kids, we would chew a dirty grease mat instead of we wish you a Merry Christmas. So if you think about it, we would chew a dirty grease mat. We would chew a dirty grease mat.
Sounds depressing.
No, it's gross and funny. Kids love gross stuff. Anyway.
I don't.
I got a kick out of that. Yes, you do. You tell fart jokes. Yeah, I just told on you. I tell fart jokes. We all tell fart jokes. Anyway, and then Odd Mornings, which is another account that you absolutely should follow. He does funny fake advertisements. Said, later on we'll perspire as we sit by the fire. So instead of we'll conspire, we'll perspire because as we all know.
What's the difference?
Well, so conspire, so in the original song, Walking in a Winter Wonderland.
Oh, you know, that
so
one.
Later on we'll conspire as we dream by the fire. So it's more like we'll come up with plans. Like that's what conspiring means in that sense. But the way that Odd Mornings wrote it is later on you'll perspire as in sweat. Because if you sit too close to the fire and you're sitting next to someone that you're romantically involved with, you might get the vapors.
But I do not like romance.
Well, good, you're 11.
Apart from Katniss and Peeta, that is the only romance I can take.
Oh my
But
gosh.
Mummy is saying it's Katniss and Gale, but
No, no,
it's
no,
not.
no, no, no. Like, I'm not telling Katniss who to get together with, but I've never been Team PETA. But that is a
I
subject for
am
another
Team
day.
Peeta.
No, no, no. PETA is a terrible choice.
No, he is not.
Now, I also had another excellent comment from Doug Fraser77, and I believe this one came from YouTube. And Doug said, sometime in the late 1980s, my small town had a Christmas show in the little town hall, a bit like an open mic night. Various people sang songs, did skits, and so forth. I, aged about 10, did some little poems or skits. Then at the end, all the performers were invited on stage to sing Auld Lang Syne. And that is, of course, a song with lyrics that were written by the famous Scottish poet Robert Burns. And so he said, I was positioned front and center on the stage. I had no idea of any lyrics, so I awkwardly mimed. And I have to say, Doug, you 100% did the right thing. Because if you're on stage and something goes wrong, what you just need to do is just pretend it's part of the show. And if you really commit to the bit, the audience will buy it. So well done, you, Doug. It's not your fault that you didn't know this song. You probably don't know that song, do you?
I have no idea what Auld Lang or sign means. So
well, it's Scots English, and it's a song that usually gets sung at New Year's Eve. But yeah, anyway, so
I think I'm still analyzing.
No,
that.
fair enough. It's a song that like maybe a lot of, children might not know, but you kind of hear as a grown up. And to tell the truth, now that I think of it, I don't actually know what Auld Lang Syne means.
See?
No, I mean those actual words. Like I know the song, but now that you mention it, it never occurred to me to find out what Auld Lang Syne means. So maybe that's another homework assignment for me. And that's the thing is that archaic lyrics are often misunderstood. And I came up with a list of lyrics that I had heard other people misinterpret over the years. And when I was little, I think this was my cousin. It's so hard because childhood memories get so jumbled up. In the song, like, so, see the blazing Yule before us. The word Yule often, in the song Deck the Halls with Boughs of
I
Holly.
thought it was see the blazing fool before.
Oh, you thought it was fool. So my cousin thought it was mule.
Mule?
Yeah, like a blazing mule, which, that's a little bit alarming, but well, here's the thing, you're a kid and you just hear the lyrics. So so you thought it was blazing fool. So Yule is the old Scandinavian word that refers to the
donkey?
No, Yule is the old like Viking midwinter holiday.
Oh.
So like Yuletide means like Yule time,
Oh,
like
I thought
the
you
season
meant
of
mule.
Yule. No, a mule is half a donkey, half a horse.
Oh yeah, that thing.
Anyway,
Those
another
things look
one.
kind of
This is one that
alarming.
my brother did when he was a little kid, and this is for the song Silent Night. And he said instead of round yon virgin mother and child, yon being very archaic because it means yonder, which is not a word we use much anymore. And so yon is an abbreviation of yonder. So he would say instead of round yon virgin mother and child, he said brown John virgin mother and child because he was just kind of guessing. He had no idea what the lyrics were. And I think he sang those until he was at least 8 or 9 and then finally figured it out. That's okay. A common one that gets mixed up is bells on bobtails ring in Jingle Bells. I'm curious, do you know what a bobtail is?
I think it's like these little bell thingies that they put on horses' tails.
No, well, I mean, they would put bells on, but a bobtail is where a tail would be cut short. So like, like a bob haircut.
Oh, yeah, that.
Because if you let the horse's tail grow really long, sometimes it can get tangled up in all the gear, like in the horse tack. So they would often bob the tails of the horses, but then they would put a bell on the bobtail. So lots of people don't know what that is, and it's very common for children to sing it as Bob's tail. And then, do we have another comment?
We have a translation.
Oh, we have a translation.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness.
Ernest Allen.
Auld Lang Syne. So Auld meaning old, that one I probably could have guessed, and lang meaning long, and sein meaning
Old
since.
long
So
since.
since a long time ago, is that I assume that's what that means then? So
Okay.
since the days of auld lang syne,
Well,
so
thank you.
the days of long ago. I always got the sense from that song that it was very nostalgic, but thank you for the translation. I don't know a lot about the Scots dialect of English, and I'm curious to learn more. So thanks for filling us in on that one. One that I definitely mixed up when I was a kid. So in the song Jingle Bells, when I was a kid, you would talk about singing a sleighing song tonight. I thought it meant slay as in SLAY.
As in you're slaying it. You're
Uh
slaying.
no, because when I was
Aw.
a kid the word didn't mean that. So the like slay as in awesome, that didn't exist when I was a kid. Yes,
How did you live?
well, we had other words. We
Oh.
said like bodacious and rad and other old-timey words. So, like, I thought it meant slay as in to do away with, and I always thought that that was incredibly yeah, it's funny, right? So when I was little, I thought a sleighing song, and I was like, "Well, are they going hunting?" Like, I don't know.
Oh, how about we go riding in a sleigh and go slaying people?
Yeah, but then it's also funny now that I think of it, because if you do it in the way that you and your friends mean, "Oh, what fun it is to sing a sleighing song tonight," right? And then you're like, doing a cow like jingle bells, jingle all the way, and you're just
No,
like
we're not that
slaying
weird.
it. Oh, am I cringe now?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, I apologize. I'm cringe. Um, and then the last one I had from my own childhood was very often kids will mistake the word reindeer. They will think it means like rain deer, like a deer in the rain, as in the weather phenomenon. Or I've also known kids who thought it meant like rain deer, as in my dear.
Like
Um,
there's rain outside, dear.
yeah, well, I mean, homophones are tricky, right? When you have words that sound the same,
I
but they're
don't like
spelled differently. Yeah,
homophones.
well, of course not. They're very
Or
tricky.
or the
Homonyms?
and then the ones that look like each other but they're
Yeah.
different.
Oh, yeah, no, like language is tricky. So you get a lot of things mixing up. Now, one thing that I would like to hear from any of you watching. So, when I grew up singing Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, we would have the little chants that followed at the end of each line. So, like Chloe, if I sang like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, then what do you do at the end of the line? So you don't do that anymore?
No.
Okay, I was just curious. Like I deliberately didn't say anything to you before this because I wanted to know
I mean,
like
I
what you do.
saw in there, but then I was like, wait,
Well, I
what?
have my notes. So like when I was a kid, we would sing Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and then we'd go reindeer had a very shiny nose, and we'd say like a light bulb, right? And then we'd say like, and if you ever saw it, you would even say it glows like a flashlight. Um, and then when they say all of the other reindeer used to laugh and call him names like Pinocchio. So they never let poor Rudolph, join in any reindeer games like Monopoly. Now, I've gotten in a couple of quarrels over the years from friends from different parts of the US who had other board games. So please tell us if you said something other than Monopoly after join in any reindeer games, because I would say like Monopoly.
Oh, someone says we had those two. Reindeer had a very shiny nose, so like the ends
Okay,
of things.
very nice.
Thank you for letting us know.
So then we'd had, then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, and we'd go, ho, ho, ho. But then the funny part is after Rudolph with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight? We wouldn't say anything after that.
Well, there's nothing you can really do.
Yeah, it's kind of the most important line in the entire song. It's where the whole plot pivots. So then it goes, then how the reindeer loved him, loved him. This is the interesting line because this is where the song gets very archaic because it would say, as they shouted out with glee, and we would say, like the toothpaste,
Why not
which is
yippee?
funny. Well, so I've heard kids these days, sometimes they'll say yippee because Glee toothpaste didn't exist anymore when I was a kid. But I had learned this song from kids who are older than me. So Glee used to be a brand of toothpaste. And so I'm curious to know if any of you were alive, like, did you ever use Glee toothpaste? Or, did you always wonder why they said like the toothpaste? Because I know it existed probably like in the 50s and 60s, which tells me this chant must have existed as far back as then. But definitely when I was growing up, Glee toothpaste was not a thing anymore. So did
We
anyone have a
have
comment
a
on that?
comment on the board games things. The same person who commented. Oh, another one. So he said that it was always Monopoly,
Okay.
and your daughter was so silent. I was picking up her slack.
Oh, okay. Well, there we go. Yeah. So, yeah, thanks, Bazemore. Yeah. So it was Monopoly for you too. That seems to be the most common one, although once in a while I would hear other board games. I heard like Tiddlywinks from someone who lived in the Midwest. And this is where kid culture can be so localized, is like maybe there's a chant that you do just at your school and it doesn't happen anywhere else, right? So, yeah, Glee toothpaste no longer exists, but was still something we said. And then we would finish Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, you'll go down in history like Columbus. And this was before Columbus got controversial. So, yeah. Anyway, let us know if you had other things that you chanted at the end of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, because it seems like I have heard children in our area of the Midlands of England singing Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and they don't do any chants at the end of lines.
No.
They just sing the song. So, yeah, maybe that's just an American thing.
I don't know.
Although I have to say, when it comes to Christmas carols sung wrong, there is one that is bigger than all the others, and that is,
Jingle Bells, Batman Smells.
yes, Jingle Bells, Batman Smells.
Yeah.
And this one is
Popular.
fun.
It's very popular.
Well, come on. It's
No,
fun.
Ask like 10 or so kids to sing Jingle Bells. At least 5 of them will sing Jingle Bells, Batman Smells. And I have actually done this experiment, not experience. I have experienced it though, but experiment with 100 kids, random, throughout my whole school. At least half of them sang Jingle Bells, Batman Smells.
Well, of course they did. So I did a little bit of research on this one, and the most common consensus amongst Jingle Bells, Batman Smells historians is that these lyrics originated in the 1960s when the Batman television series starring Adam West was on television. This was a massive, massive cultural phenomenon. Probably the only thing that was bigger before it was Davy Crockett back in the 1950s, which is one that my dad, so your grandpa, was a huge fan of, and also has a very good theme song like Davy Crockett, King of the Wild Frontier. Oh, it's a great song, total banger. Anyway, so the Batman TV series came along, and as far as anyone can tell, there isn't any written evidence that Jingle Bells Batman Smells existed before the Adam West TV series.
Is that the one I watched?
Yes, that's the one that, yeah. So during...
We have the CDs. So.
Oh, we've got it all. So during lockdown, we started watching a bunch of old TV shows like Gilligan's Island and Batman.
I think the top 2 were Gilligan's Island and
yeah,
Batman Series 4.
Well, or no, it was 3 series, but you liked...
3rd series.
You liked Series 3 the best because it had Batgirl, for sure.
I'm happy. Oh, and we also made the Batman movie.
Yeah, we had some fun with that.
Fun times in COVID.
There are a lot of different versions of Jingle Bells Batman Smells. I will say the overwhelmingly most common one is, of course, Jingle Bells Batman Smells, Robin laid an egg, Batmobile lost its wheel, and the Joker got away. However,
here
will you recite it the way English kids sing it today?
Jingle Bells, Batman Smells, Robin flew away, the Batmobile lost a wheel on the M1 motorway.
Yeah, so that's the most common way that kids over here sing it. That's also the version that your dad sang growing up. So we know that that version has been like the official British one for around 40 years.
Yeah.
I have also heard, and the Joker took ballet. That has come up in America. The first time that I could find that this was printed in a newspaper was in Oklahoma, in a newspaper called the Lawton Constitution. And on January 3, 1967, they printed the following lyrics.
Did you just say 67?
1967, yeah.
67.
Oh my gosh. Oh, 6-7.
I've heard that about a billion times in Home Alone we watched this evening.
Okay, well, if 6-7 makes it into children's literature, we can do a show about that. But right now we're talking about Jingle Bells, Batman Smells. And so on the 3rd of January, 1967, it reported the following lyrics. Jingle bells, Batman smells, Robin rang away, Batmobile lost a wheel, and commissioners stuck in a sleigh. I have to say that last line is a bit janky. There was a book published that was called All the Way to Pennywell, Children's Rhymes of the Northeast. And this was a book published in England, written by Frank Rutherford. And it came out in December 1971. And this shows that it only took a few years for this rhyme to travel from the United States, where presumably it was born, over to England. And he reported this early version of the rhyme, which was Jingle bells, Batman smells, robins flew away, the Batmobile lost a wheel and landed in the hay. And I think that makes sense because I should look this up. I don't believe that the M1 motorway existed in 1971.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, I don't think it did. So it makes sense that, like, since this was from the northeast of England, you know, piles of hay would have been pretty common. And the M1 motorway, well, it's not even in the northeast of England. It goes through the center of the country. But yeah, Jingle Bells, Batman Smells is probably one of the most popular and most long-lived playground chants. It was sung by Bart Simpson in the very first episode of The Simpsons.
Is that?
Yeah. Yeah, it was. Now, it also was officially incorporated as part of canon in Batman because I grew up watching Batman the Animated Series, one of the greatest TV shows ever made. And in 1992, in the second episode of the show, which was entitled Christmas with the Joker, played by Mark Hamill, sang this song. And so they officially had the Joker singing the song, and he added some lyrics to it. And so this was the verse that he added. Dashing through the snow in a one-horse sloping sleigh, Joker's on the go, laughing all the way. And we all remember Mark Hamill's iconic laugh as the Joker. The bells on penguins ring, make Riddler want to fight. Two-Face wants to flip a coin and sing this song tonight. And then he does the classic chorus, which is Jingle Bells, Batman Smells, Robin laid an egg, Batmobile lost a wheel, and the Joker got away. So we even had this rhyme come full circle where it started as a playground chant and then actually got incorporated into a Batman show. It sounds like we've got some more comments.
We've got some comments, and I think this phone will crash unless if I plug it
All right,
in.
we've got plenty of ideas from Bazemore. Oh no, we're fine. Oh, I see. Yep, no. The phone's almost out of batteries, so go ahead and steal our power source there. Okay, do you want to read some of Bazemore's comments?
Oh.
Don't
lovely.
worry. Don't worry. You spilled your tea. These things happen.
Poor tea.
Poor tea.
My toast fell over.
Poor toast. Poor tea.
So Bazemore complimented you, saying you're so cool. Someone said, well, Kurt the Gamer said, I had a friend who knew one that went dashing through the snow on a pair of broken skis. Over the fields we go, crashing through the trees.
Nice. Were you from somewhere where skiing was popular, like Colorado or Utah or anywhere like that?
Let us know.
Yeah. No,
I'll be monitoring the comments.
Okay, very cool. Now, when we were preparing for this episode, Chloe actually informed me that she and her friends have come up with some of their own alternate versions of Christmas carols. And it's fun because I actually find that reassuring, because I guess one thing I worry about is, oh, absolutely, you're going to read them in a second. I was just going to say that, I don't know, one of the things about the modern world that stresses me out is that I feel like kids don't get to do the things that I got to do when I was a kid. I probably was one of the last kids to grow up who knew what it felt like to be unreachable. Like, when I left the house on a Friday night and went out with my friends, my parents had no way of getting in touch with me. And I feel like children are so monitored these days and so supervised. And I don't know that that's actually very good for them. Like, and then just that everything with streaming audio and video and everything, like you worry about its effect on children's creativity. So I've been very happy to find out that Chloe and her friends have actually come up with some of
Yeah.
their own alternate lyrics. And would you like to share? So
So-
this was a Silent Night variant that she and her friends came up with.
So this is called Violent Night. Me and my friend were inside the orchestra preparing for a music piece we were all playing together.
Bazemores asked if your carols involve 6 or 7.
No, unfortunately.
Sadly, no.
I want to make a 6/7 Christmas carol. Anyway, so me and my friend both quite like the Hunger Games books. So, my friend just randomly, we were playing in tune to Silent Night. After we had finished, he had just randomly started singing completely different lyrics, and it goes, Violent night, dangerous fight, holy cow, she just died. Don't mind me, I'm just taking this knife. Sleep in heavenly peace, or try to anyway. So it goes like, violent night, dangerous fight, holy cow, she just died. Don't mind me, I'm just taking this knife. Sleep in heavenly peace, or try to anyway. It's beautiful.
That's exactly what I expect from junior high orchestra practice. Okay, so you had another one,
Next one.
which was
I think this
instead
is
of
well
deck
known.
the halls with boughs of holly.
So it goes, deck the halls with gasoline, fa la 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 la. Light the match and watch it gleam, fa la 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 la. Now the school has burnt to ashes, fa la 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 la. Aren't you glad you played with matches, fa la 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 la.
Very nice.
Are you glad you played with matches? Can I please know?
That very much goes along with kind of like some of the other playground chants that me and my friends came up with back in the day.
Because
So
what we did at school, so someone had a used box of matches. There were no actual matches inside. They brought the box of empty matches to school, and then they started like waving it around in the air, and then we all started singing it, and then the teachers told us off for trying to burn down the school, but then we showed them that there wasn't any matches.
okay, well, as long as you didn't get told off, that's all that matters. Oh, did you want to share our treat for the evening?
Oh yes.
Yeah. So the girls decorated some Christmas cookies. So we thought we would that will be our treat.
Some fairly interesting cookies here. I decorated a demonic Lorax and Grinch.
Okay.
I'm very proud of
Shall
myself.
we show everyone? We got our,
That's the Lorax cookie. I need
These-
to show them my Lorax.
These cookies were decorated after the kids were kind of they'd started poaching the cookie decorations and gotten a little hopped up on sugar. So you can tell these were
I
not the
kinda
ones
spilt too
done.
much edible glitter on my
Wow.
Lorax.
Is there any such thing as too much edible glitter? Anyway,
So Elisa she had edible glitter and she was just like spraying it into her mouth, and then she started breathing out glitter.
oh my gosh,
And
that's
it was,
terrifying.
like, so funny because she had so much on her tongue and she was like
Right.
breathing out.
I'm going to be
bunch of
honest. I'm going to choose the cookie with the least decorations because I'm a grown up.
I don't want to be breathing glitter all over the carpet, so I'm not gonna.
Fair enough.
Fair
enough.
I'm gonna eat my Grinch with suspicious red bits inside his hair.
Okay. That sounds terrifying.
So
Yeah, so we had some fun researching the history of Jingle Bells, Batman Smells, and I have to say that it has sparked a real interest in me. I would like to collect as many variants as I can, or even if it's not a variant, if you're willing to share, obviously don't share anything about yourself that you don't want to put online. But if you're willing to say maybe like the general region that you lived in and maybe like the decade and what variant of Jingle Bells, Batman Smells you sang, I think I kind of want to collect some of those and maybe see if I can actually kind of get some data going on this and I could maybe publish it next year because I feel like this is an important piece of folklore. It's something that so many of us have sung over the years, and it's not the kind of thing that like, you know, hoity-toity scholars are going to bother spending any time on. But I don't think it's any less worth studying just because it's something that immature children chanted when they were supposed to be
I'm
doing their
not
homework.
immature.
Oh no, we definitely are immature. That's a good thing. I didn't mean that as an insult at all.
Bazemore said, "Aren't the Lorax and the Grinch already demonic?" I think I agree with you.
I mean,
I like the Lorax's mustache.
no, I mean the Lorax is nice. He speaks for the trees. That's cool.
I speak for the trees and geography.
The Grinch starts out fairly demonic, like ruining everyone's Christmas. Like, I have to say, the thing that always surprised me about How the Grinch Stole Christmas is that the Who's are so forgiving. I mean, like, he really ruins Christmas. He sneaks into the house. He even steals their last can of Who hash. He leaves nothing but hooks and wire on the walls. And he does bring this stuff back, but it doesn't change the fact that he really ruined Christmas morning, didn't he? And yet they still find it in their hearts to forgive him. And that is, I will confess, that's a lot more magnanimous than I ever would have been. What do you think? If you were Who, would you forgive the Grinch?
It depends. If it doesn't seem like he skimmed any houses, what I would probably do. If I knew this crazy green furry guy was gonna come down to my house and pretend to be Santa Claus, I would arm myself with a bat and all the stuff that Home Alone kid had and take down the Grinch.
Oh, that would be a good mashup, like Home Alone with the Grinch.
Hey, I'm eating the Grinch right now.
Like Cindy Lou Who sets up all this wild, wacky, like Dr. Seuss stuff in her house.
Oh,
that's a mashup.
The guy from the Mr. Mick something McMarker McBean from the
McMonkey McBean from the Sneetches.
From the Sneetches.
Sylvester McMonkey
He comes
McBean
to help Cindy Lou Who, and like they build some sort of machine that will suck inside the Grinch and then like take all the stuff that they had, and then they save Christmas.
Very interesting. Okay. All right. Well, I think we've worked through. Oh yeah. So the Grinch misunderstood what they valued. That is true. That is true because maybe Christmas perhaps doesn't come from a store. Maybe Christmas perhaps means a little bit more. Every year I actually have a video on this. It's a couple years old now. Maybe I should repost it, where I have to say, I've been very annoyed in recent years by how the Theodore Geisel estate has been monetized in certain respects. It's hard because on one hand, it ends up funding a lot of really nice things like the theater in San Diego and a lot of the charitable things. But like when you go to the store, like here in Britain at Tesco or in America at Target, and they have all the Grinchmas stuff, that's like literally the opposite of what the story is about. Like what he was writing the story about is that stuff isn't what makes Christmas. What makes Christmas is being together and enjoying a wonderful day with people that you love. And so it's funny that now the Theodore Geisel estate has merchandised this book so hard, and I see all this Grinch merch. And so I do get a little bit annoyed about it because it's like they're cashing in, which can do some good, but it's also completely betraying everything that book was about. So I do get a little bit annoyed when I see, like, I don't know, some of the Grinch merch is really cute, but I just don't like it. I don't know. Let me know how you feel about that.
So Bazemore says the Who's are a high trust Christian society.
Yeah,
I kind of agree with that.
No, it's true.
The Who's seem pretty Christian.
Well, I mean, because they celebrate Christmas. And then also they are high trust because you can see how easily the Grinch gets in, right? Like, it didn't seem like any of their doors were locked. Or even like when Cindy Lou Who gets up, she doesn't see the Grinch and go, oh, there's a burglar, or
this stranger
is in my house.
There's this big furry green thing.
Well, she thinks he's
dressed up
Santa
in a
Claus.
Santa-
She says, why? Why? Why are you taking our Christmas tree? Why? So she implicitly trusts that he is who he says he is. So yeah, it is a high trust society. And you see how fragile that is and how easily it's violated.
So we've got Llama Dungeon, love the name, who said, I want to see that version of How the Grinch Stole Christmas that says, yeah, thanks for bringing the stuff back, I guess, but you still destroyed Christmas morning. We won't forgive that easily. And then Kurt the Gamer, 934, says, oh, in other news, it turns out the copyright on Scrambled Eggs Super was apparently never renewed, so the withdrawing of it was for not because anybody could publish it. And then someone says, hey guys, so happy to catch a live.
Oh, well, we're so happy you're here too.
Mm-hmm.
And I think what we're going to do with these live streams, pardon me, we're all coming down with a cold, so I'm sure you can hear that. What we're probably going to be doing with these live streams is going forward, they will most likely be on Saturday nights at this time because Chloe does want the option of joining in. Sometimes she just wants to be in her role as producer, as she was last week, where she was off camera and monitoring the tech. And sometimes you want to join in.
PJs.
Exactly. Then you get to be in your comfy PJs. And then sometimes she wants to join in, but because we are on Greenwich time here in England, it means so like what? It's already 8:30.
8:35.
So I don't want her to be up too late because I do actually have to be a good mom.
Christmas holidays.
Well, that's why you're.
And I don't have anything to do tomorrow apart from play practice, which we need to rehearse.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Yeah, she and her friends are doing a whole pantomime. It's going to be great. But anyway, so our plan going forward, it seems after asking everyone some questions that Saturday evenings tend to be the best because what it means is we can still catch people who are in Europe. And the bulk of the people watching are in the United States. And when we were doing it on Friday, a lot of people were still in work or in school. And so it was hard for them to join us in live. So I think for the time being, kind of like our Saturday evenings are going to be the best time for us to do this because we can catch people in the early afternoon in the United States and the evening here in Europe. And I know we are picking up people from other parts of the world as well. And I really appreciate all of you being here. I am very happy that I have the problem of needing to accommodate people from all over the world because it means a lot to me that all of you want to join in and talk about great books for kids and just have a fun time together, having a nice chat. So if that works for all of you, I think that's what we'll do is most Saturday evenings at 8 o'clock our time, we'll be signing on for roughly half an hour, maybe a little bit longer if there's more to talk about.
So we've got Bazemore, who said, the Grinch repented, that's what mattered to the Who's, and then he said, darn autocorrect.
I think he meant repented. Did you mean
autocorrect?
Yes.
Like, I don't really like it, because whenever I message my mom or my dad, I type in what I want to say, and then it comes out something with completely different. Yeah. So I have to message it word by word, and sometimes letter by letter.
Well, and also you don't learn to spell, so I turn off autocorrect. So I assume he mean repented, which means that repent literally means to think again. So like to be pensive, to be or to be in the penitentiary, which is another word for prison. It means to think about. So like to repent means to think again. And you're right. He literally did think again. And then his heart grew 3 sizes that day. Oh, maybe we should watch that one tomorrow. We've been having fun watching good movies. So
I think we've watched.
Yeah. What did we watch yesterday? We watched.
So let's go in order. Start of December, we watched Best Christmas Pageant Ever. I love that movie. Mm-hmm. Then we watched Christmas Chronicles. Mm-hmm. I love that movie. Those are like my top 2 favorite. Then we watched.
Well, after you went to bed last night, me and Daddy watched Die Hard.
What's that?
What's well? You can learn what Die Hard is one day. You're not old enough for Die Hard, but it is a Christmas classic.
Oh yeah, and then
but before that we had all watched The Muppet Christmas Carol.
And so Muppet Christmas Carol and the Nutcracker Ballet. in San Francisco. It's really good.
But maybe in the next couple of days, we've got to rewatch How the Grinch
Elf.
Stole Christmas,
And
Elf, and then we need to watch the old Rankin Bass Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, like the stop motion one with the puppets.
That one just creeps me
Total
out.
classic.
I'm sorry, but it creeps
Really?
me out. Yes, it does. The way Rudolph's eyes blink, because it goes like, eh. Like it half shuts and then it shuts. Like it half shuts for like
Well,
2 seconds or so, and then it shuts, and then like it's really creepy.
It was the 60s. The technology wasn't as good as it is today.
I know, but like,
oh, I'll bring you around on it.
the only couple of stop motion movies I can really enjoy is The Nightmare Before Christmas. We kind of watch that one around Halloween because it more evolves around Halloween. Because
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, well, hopefully I can bring you around on Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Let me know if any of you grew up watching that one. When I was a kid, the Peanuts specials always used to be on, but I have to admit, I always found Peanuts a little bit just depressing. I don't know why. Like I just wasn't quite happy enough. I like the music, but I don't have as much nostalgia about the Peanuts ones. But yeah, in the next few days, we definitely need to watch Elf, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
We have some suggestions.
Mm-hmm.
Bazemore said we should watch Claus and the Guardians.
Good idea. We'll give that one a go.
Yep. And then Kurt the Gamer said, I watched all of the Rankin Bass specials as a child.
Nice. Me too. Yeah. The Rankin Bass.
Or Bass?
It's Bass.
Bass?
So Rankin
Right.
and Bass, those were the last names of the guys who produced all these. They made like a bunch of kids things, like back in the 60s, I think. Yes. And then they just kind of were always on television when I was a kid. So yeah. Anyway, let's give a shout out to all of you, especially. So Bazemore, you've been tuning in quite a lot. Thanks for turning up. It's really nice to see you every week. And then we really appreciate all the rest of you coming this evening. I think we're about ready to wrap it up. It's getting a little bit late, and Chloe needs to get to bed.
No, I don't.
Well, okay, I need to get to bed.
Okay, how about you go to bed and I take over the show for the rest of the night?
Ha. Okay. Anyway, so we're going to get going to bed, but thank you to all of you who have tuned in. I don't think we'll be doing a live stream next week. We'll probably pick up live streams after the new year. It's just going to be a little crazy, and also we want to have some time to relax. I do have some more fun videos coming for all of you. For those of you who aren't aware of it yet, there is my other channel, which is called Storytime with TQ Townsend, and that is just storytelling. So everything on there is just videos of stories with no commentary, nothing interfering with that. And I have a playlist in there that is Christmas stories, and I've been dropping things in there all week. I've got a few more things that I'm going to bump in there, maybe probably tomorrow morning. So if you are traveling for Christmas and you want something to keep yourself entertained or to keep your kids entertained, please do check in there. I will also be putting out my Christmas story for the year probably on Tuesday. Every year I make up a story for my kids. And in previous years, we've had fun. One was Dottie the reindeer, and last year was Bob the robin. And then this year's story, I will reveal the title. It is Harry the Hedgehog. And so I'll be putting that one out on Tuesday. It'll show up. No more information. No spoilers. But yes, please do come over to the Storytime with TQ Townsend channel and subscribe over there if you're interested in just storytelling.
So Mike Utah and Lori said, thank you, have a great night.
Oh, well, thank you. And you have a good night.
I think one of them has left already.
That's okay.
Noticed the people, but
that's all right. Okay.
I know all of you are probably tired if you're here inside the UK. And if you're inside America, enjoy the rest of your day.
That's right. Thanks very much. And we'll see you in the new year.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
6, 7.
6, 7.
6.